everyone, my name is Valerie and I am so excited to bring you my very first video on my new channel. Now I think I've tried to film this already and there's like a weird little like whistle in the background. I don't know, I think it's my mic, but if I don't have that you won't be able to hear me because I talk so quietly. So sorry if that's still happening. Now on this channel I'm still experimenting a little bit, so I'm not 100% sure exactly what I'm going to be doing, but I will be talking a lot about my experiences as a trans woman, and also just doing some like more light-hearted content, like some, you know, gaming content, mostly revolving around roleplay and simulation games because that's just what I tend to play. Anyway, I thought for this first video it would be fitting to do a little like first impressions review on the Sims 4 Cottage Living expansion pack. When I saw this was going to be a thing, I was so excited because Cottage Living is like my dream in real life. I was so excited. I had set up a little household, I had started them in their careers, and I had them living in like a little apartment so they could save up to move to the country, live in their little cottage. And I think that kind of like, I shot myself in the foot a little bit. I don't think that was the best way to go. Now that you know my little story and backstory of my Sims, we can jump straight in. So my number one favorite thing about this expansion is the aesthetic. I love the way the houses and the buildings look on this map, and the clothes and the hair that come with Cottage Living expansion are just so cute. I can honestly say I would pretty much wear everything that comes in this expansion, even a lot of the masculine clothing. Like, it's really cute and it just looks so comfortable. And like saying that I could wear basically anything from this expansion is something I can pretty much never say. Obviously that's just my own opinion, but it was just really cool that I could make myself in The Sims and feel like she was wearing something that I would actually wear, and I didn't have to like work around what was given to me, and I didn't have to go through like custom content online for hours. I also felt like the clothes just really made them like fit into the town. A lot of the other ones, it feels like the buildings and the aesthetic of the expansion, it matches up, but it feels like it could have been anything. You know, like in the Get Famous expansion, it feels like any of that, like it could have been anything. Like it doesn't really make much of an impact, whereas with this it's like definitely, like you can tell. Honestly, this is like the real life dream for me. I wish I could do this, but there's no motherlode cheat in real life unless you're like planning to break the law. So now the aesthetics were a huge part of what roped me into buying this expansion, and they really came through, so I'm really glad that EA was able to come through and deliver on this particular segment, because sometimes they like really hype it up and then you start playing and you're like, it's just another city. The cute thing I noticed, and like correct me if I'm wrong, I'm not sure if this is something I just noticed or if it actually is from this expansion, but I'm pretty sure it was. You can now click on any like cooking device, like a fridge or like your stovetop, and you can choose to cook with someone. I thought this was really adorable. It's only like a really little aspect, detail. I'm not sure how many people can cook together because I only had 2 Sims in my playthrough. Honestly, it started to overwhelm me a tiny bit. Admittedly, I have other expansion packs installed and I was like interacting with those before I had installed Cottage Living. So like my household, the guy had his own vet that he was working on. My girl was an actress and also had like her own little like YouTube thing, and they also had a pet. They had their dog. So like all of that on top of like worrying about the bills and like all the other like aspects that are already a part of it, like feeding and caring for your Sims, there was just like lots going on. And so then to also chuck that household into this expansion pack and trying to experience everything that's involved in it, it was just too much. Now, this is absolutely my fault, and I wasn't really expecting there to be so much content involved in this new expansion. generally I can juggle multiple expansions and like do all of that, which is why I kind of didn't think about it, but this was just, it was just too much. And that's what I mean by feeling like it was a whole new game, because usually the expansions for me add little bits that I can like incorporate into my overall game, whereas this felt like I had to put so much attention into just this thing. If I managed to have my animals sorted, my Sims were tired and hungry, or like my pet felt ignored, I was forgetting about my plants. At one point my whole chicken coop went smelly and I couldn't figure out how to clean the chickens themselves. The worst part about all this was that my poor little doggy would be following around my Sims like with a droopy head, and he would just be like sad, and like he would be playing by himself. I don't know, it was just sad to see him running around or walking like sad. So from this experience, I recommend playing this expansion by itself, or at least creating a household and only focusing on this expansion. Now onto the cute little animals. You've got the barn animals, so you've got your cow and the iconic Sims llama. There's chickens, there's songbirds which come out of the little tree and they sing. There's rabbits and foxes. It's so cute. It's so freaking cute. The amazing part about all this is that the little guys I've mentioned are able to be interacted with and befriended. It does seem that it can take time to befriend the animals, and I'd say it can probably be done faster with treats, but the treats can be a little bit of a pain to get a hold of. From my understanding, you have to grow vegetables and then your Sims use those vegetables to make the treats. I'm guessing that the more you do it, like you must be able to like gain skills and like make better treats, but I couldn't even get my Sims to grow their plants. So the other thing which relates to the fuzzy friends is the little outfits you can give them. In order to get outfits for them, you're guided to go and see this person in the woods. I can't remember the names exactly and I don't have it written down because I'm an idiot. This was so frustrating. So I got my guy character to go to the lot which you're like prompted to go to, and the poor thing was walking in circles because I thought that he had to go and investigate this snail statue. I don't know where it came from, but I thought it was going to be like a little gnome or like a little magical creature. So I thought he was going to like investigate the snail, and then some little gnome or gremlin was going to like appear and be like, check out these little things I have. And turns out it's just some random person living in the woods that you have to go, and he just makes little outfits for animals. So anyway, after all that, he finally finds a house. The person who you buy these clothes from is never home. I went there like a bunch of times, never there. So I don't know, maybe he's only there at night, I don't know what it is, but all I want is the rabbits to have the little sweaters just like in the trailer. Like, it's not. Another thing I did, which I don't know, which you can do if you have the Get to Work, anyway, if you have that expansion pack, you can make your own little cottage themed store. So you can make like a really cute little bakery or like a cute little clothes shop that sells little like vintage things. I thought this was really fun. I just thought it was really nice. The last thing I want to bring up is the Fair Day event. I've never been a massive fan of in-game events. I just never seem to be able to prepare for them. What do you want? Why are you here? By the way, shout out to my boyfriend for putting in my extensions. Yes, they're extensions. He's the fiercest. Anyway, I just never seem to be able to prepare for them, and the way the time goes by so quickly compared to how slow your Sims get things done just makes the whole thing a little bit frustrating for me. But, with a capital B-U-T, this is such a cute idea. I haven't entered my Sims into anything, but I have watched from the sidelines and just like from the trailer and other Let's Play videos. It just really brings a lot more of that country town vibe, and it really solidifies the aesthetics that I mentioned at the beginning. All in all, I really enjoyed this expansion so far, and I think I'll enjoy it even more once I like revisit it with a fresh start, without all that bullshit that I like gave to myself before. And as much as it probably feels like I complained about there being too much content the whole time, I really do love that there's still more for me to explore and get a hold of. If you've made it to the end of this video, I just want to say thank you very much for putting up with me. Hopefully this was entertaining. If it wasn't, please do like and subscribe if you haven't already. That would be really fierce. I don't know where this is going to go. If it doesn't go anywhere, that's fine, but if it does, good. Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for watching.